Okay, we're gonna make a video here about the electric eel sewer camera. It's got 200 feet of push rod, self-leveling, different levels of brightness, your power on, power off button, counter reset, your brightness up and down. You could take snap photos. You could take video with a USB drive. Somebody had mentioned to me maybe that you could plug a USB into here with the other end for your phone and maybe make a recording. We haven't tried that yet. I'll update that later on if it is possible. Menu button and stuff. Overall, the push rod is kind of bend. It's not very stiff, but it's definitely pushing through the sewer. Right here, this is a city manhole. This is an actual manhole where we're at right now. And I'm gonna start pulling back. This is a 6-inch PVC line. Hang on, I'll shut the light off. Maybe that'll give a little bit better idea. Maybe better quality picture or video. Okay, I'm gonna pause. Okay, so now we're just gonna keep pulling back. We've already pushed it in as far as we needed to the city main, and now we're pulling back. There's lots of turns on this particular sewer that I'm pulling back from. Sorry if I'm unsteady, but I'm using one hand to pull back and one hand to hold the camera. I've got 108 feet still left in there. One thing I don't know is where the battery life shows, because by the way, this runs on a battery. Also, it runs on a Makita battery, or a wire, of course. But I personally, I don't like the wire. It's just too much. The way this wire is set up, it plugs into the side of the box right there. It's a little small wire, like a computer wire. Like how some of the other cameras have switched to. The bottom of it seems to be a little bit higher off the way this head is designed. It seems like as if the camera head is a little bit off the bottom, which can be good when there's water in the pipe. Still got 85 feet, 84 feet. I'm gonna pause it till I get to some turns. Okay. I'm getting ready to restart the video. We're still in 6-inch line. We're pulling, actually I think that's bigger than 6-inch. I'm not sure, it might be 8-inch. And we're pulling back into the sewer. That's actually the city main right there too before it ties into the manhole. And this size of this line right here is only 4-inch. Actually, it might be 6-inch, I'm sorry. Might be 6-inch. I'm pretty sure it goes back into 4-inch. But you're gonna see all the turns. We still got like 50, almost 59 feet to pull back. Yeah, so that was 6-inch pipe, in case you're wondering how it looks in 6-inch. In person, it looks a little bit better than on the camera from what I'm seeing. It's not a great quality, like a rigid clarity, to be honest, but it's not bad either. The convenience of this camera all in one piece, and the weight of it, the weight was a little heavier than I actually thought, and the height of it is actually shorter than I imagined. I thought it was going to be taller, and I thought it was going to weigh less, but both of those were not true. So anyways, this is a 4-inch pipe. It's easier to show you with the light on for me, so the light does affect it. Again, I'm using one hand to pull the rod and using the other hand to hold the camera. So this can be done one-handed if need be. The push rod, again, I don't know if I mentioned this in this video, the push rod is a little bit, it's definitely not as stiff as a rigid, but it's it's not as stiff as a rigid, and it feels a little bit thicker than a rigid, like bigger in girth or whatever you'd call. All right, I'm making some turns. This is inside 4-inch pipe. More turns, 4-inch pipe. At some point, this turns into 3-inch pipe, or we may be in 3-inch pipe right now, I'm not sure. But we are coming back to a back water valve inside this bathroom. That is a 3-inch back water valve for sure. So I think actually somewhere right over here, we might be in 3-inch. Lots of turns. Hopefully this video is showing you the quality and how it looks around turns. Looks like the sewer could use a little bit of a flushing. So I want to show this last spot here where it comes out of the back water valve, the push rod comes out of the back water valve, because I did have a little bit of a problem with one certain area, and I'll show you. We are 5 feet away. Again, that's a 3-inch back water valve. It's coming up right now. Right there, that was getting stuck. I didn't have to do much to it, but last time what I did is I bent the rod down, and then it was able to free up. So I guess that's the end of the video. Overall, compared to a rigid, the convenience of the all-in-one to me is really good. I definitely keep it as a backup camera, or maybe even start using it as a regular camera. I wish that they had the wire was a hardwired and not like that setup where you got to plug it in like a computer wire. That's one thing. I love the battery use, but most cameras have that now anyways, the battery capabilities. I also, compared to rigid, the picture quality is not 100% the same, but besides that, it seems to be okay. For this camera cost me under 8,000 before taxes, like 7,600. They got another one that's like $1,000 cheaper that doesn't do the recording with the USB drives. What I was going to say is I think that it would be great if they had the capability with Wi-Fi like my rigid does. I have a rigid camera and that has Wi-Fi capability. I make videos right from my phone, right from an app, and it's great. I hate rigid's designs. Rigids, you have to plug the cable in way on the bottom of the monitor. You have to plug your wire into the bottom of the monitor. The wire's flimsy. I wish they would start making these cameras that are hardwired in, where you just have a wrap for your wire. It could very simply be done. I don't know if they want to sell more wire or whatever it is, but that's just my opinion on it. But overall, I'd say it's probably, because of the convenience of the size of it and the ease of use, I guess, I'd probably give it like an 8. Like an 8 out of 10, 7 to 8 out of 10. Actually, maybe like an 8 out of 10. 9 out of 10 would be, a 10 out of 10 would be recording capability. That and a wire. That's the two things, a regular hard wire. But 7 to 8 with picture quality. And I'll end this video.